We just hired a Carleton BA student. Most of the time when our companies are hiring and we're looking to hire, it all comes down to the person. And if they have a degree, I think, like I said before, it establishes a baseline. So you're going to show employers that you can make a commitment, you can work hard, you have that base level of aptitude. But after that, I think it's mostly up to the individual to network themselves well enough so that they actually meet the right people who can hire them. And there's two ways to get jobs. There's the formal way where you'll fill out a form on a website, or there's meeting the owner or the executive at the company. And in my experience, meeting the owner or an executive at an actual company and making that connection and being, you don't have to be good friends, but being in their circle is the absolute best way to get a job. We get emails every day for people hiring or for people wanting jobs at Ascent or 10 Count, but typically we hire based on a network connection. So either somebody's been referred or we just know the person. So for you guys, I think having a BA is perfect. You're going to show the potential employer that you have a certain level of aptitude, but I think the rest, for the most part, is up to you guys to network yourself into either meeting the company owner or meeting somebody who can actually hire you for a position. And I think that ultimately is the best way to go about it, more so than kind of the formal applying a website type route.
From the perspective of having been in HR, I think it comes down to no one really cares necessarily what you learned, because I think for most jobs, they don't need to access any of the information you gathered during the course of obtaining your BA. What they need is the skills that you developed during the course of obtaining your BA. So highlighting then in your CV, what are your skills? What have you done? What are you capable of doing? And certainly getting involved in stuff outside of your studies, whether it's on campus or off, is very valuable as well, both for making connections and learning networking skills and how to make connections, and also just overall showing what you're capable of doing. Because I think when it comes down to having that job interview, no matter how you obtained it, it's really two issues. Do you have the skills to do what we need to do in this job function, and that overall fit? And that comes down to your personality, how it meshes with the corporate culture, what they're looking for, your overall eagerness, willingness, work ethic. I think that really comes down to far more than, and I see sometimes I'm a BA and then it's a big description of what they studied. Yeah, whatever, I don't care what you studied. Like, what can you do? Can you fulfill the job functions that we have going on? I think that's what it's what employers are looking for more.
So the question is, can you comment on the value of a university education? I see it as the starting point. For us, for all the companies that I've been involved with, we primarily hire out of universities. Granted, there will be a few positions available in our companies that don't require a university degree. But if you want to have a career with one of our companies, university is definitely a start. As for our hiring practices of people right out of university, what's essential to us in building tech is having good teams. And good teams are wonderful, but you got to create a nice culture of fun and an environment that people want to work. So what we would do would be, we would hire young university students. We put them in a very challenging environment. When they excelled, we would compensate them fairly nicely. And then they started bringing in their friends. And what we found was our employees that were bringing in their friends into our work environment, we were having wonderful success with those teams. So I guess my point is, if you have buddies of yours that are being employed by certain organizations, try to get in the door with them as well too. That's always been how we've hired people at a university. And most important, I would say this: if anyone doesn't value your degree, don't work for them. You're not going to have a career with them. don't work for them. Or if you need the money, work for them, get your 6 months experience, and find you the career job you want. Don't let your employer tell you your degree is not worth anything. Okay?
So I think the BA is the starting point for sure. Unfortunately, I think what's happened is it's kind of like the old high school when my parents were working. It's definitely a necessity to get your foot in the door. And working for an HR company, I've been given a lot of training over the years, and not that I'm an expert by any means, but the thing that I hear most from our customers is, what our company does is we track metrics for HR. And so one of the things that several of our major organizations have started doing and asking us to do is track quality of hire based on referrals. So they've actually done studies where they look at the people that they're hiring from the different resources, whether it be job boards or other ways that they're getting people into their organization, and then they're tracking those that were referred. And the quality of hire is much higher from those that were referred into the organization, because if you're working in an organization and you're willing to refer somebody, it's kind of your reputation is on the line. So you're not going to refer somebody that you don't think is going to do well if you like the company you're working for. So I think, again, back to the old idea of if you have the skills, you've kind of got that foot in the door with the BA and you can show that you have the skills, they're going to hire you for fit. They're not going to hire you because you have maybe they may hire you for some specialized degree in technology. If you want to be a developer, you can't get in on a BA. But generally speaking, you can get in on your BA and show that you can fit and get the job.